Hey everyone, and welcome. Have you ever found yourself totally lost in a bookstore, staring at shelves and wondering what on earth slipstream or epic fantasy even means? Well, if you have, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to run the gauntlet and take a tour through the incredible world of literary genres. So let's just dive right in. You probably have a favorite genre, right? Maybe a few that you always go back to. But how well do you really know the framework, the architecture that holds all of literature together? Let's find out. We're going to start at square one, because before we can even get into cool stuff like cyberpunk and space operas, you've got to understand that every story ever written, everything from Shakespeare to the latest viral sensation, stands on a surprisingly simple, ancient foundation. So take a second and really think about it. How many are there? 10? 50? 100? How many core categories could possibly contain every book, every play, every poem ever created? Go on, what's your guess? Just 3. That's it. Believe it or not, that's the magic number. Every single genre, every subgenre, and every little niche you can think of branches off from just these 3 foundational pillars. It's actually kind of beautiful how simple it is. And here they are: prose, poetry, and drama. Prose is just, well, it's the normal language we use every day. Poetry is all about using rhythm and sound to make you feel something. And drama? That's literature that's written specifically to be performed. See? Pretty straightforward. Okay, this comparison really nails the core difference. Think of prose like a river. It just flows naturally in sentences and paragraphs, and its main goal is to tell a story clearly. Poetry, on the other hand, is more like a series of carefully placed stepping stones. Every line break, every stanza is deliberate, all designed to create a specific emotional effect. It's the art of narrative versus the art of feeling. So, let's start with the big one: prose. This is a world of novels and short stories. It's the literary form you probably run into most often, and at its heart, it has one major division. First up is fiction. Now, the most important thing to remember about fiction is that it's all made up. It comes straight from the author's imagination. Even if it feels incredibly real, its main purpose is to tell a story that isn't, technically true. And on the flip side, you've got its counterpart, nonfiction. This is writing that is completely grounded in reality. We're talking biographies, history, journalism. So while fiction is busy creating whole new worlds, nonfiction is all about explaining the one we already live in. One's imagined, the other's factual. Okay, this is where things get really fun. Let's see how the world of fiction branches out into some of the most exciting genres there are. We are now entering the realm of speculative fiction, where the normal rules of our reality, well, they get bent, broken, or just thrown right out the window. Speculative fiction is this massive catch-all term. Basically, if a story has elements that just don't exist in our world, like the magic in Harry Potter or the crazy tech in Star Trek, it's going to fall under this giant umbrella. This breakdown shows the 3 titans of speculative fiction, and here's the easiest way to think about it. Fantasy runs on magic, science fiction runs on technology, and horror runs on fear. Now sure, they can absolutely overlap, but their core engines are totally different. Oh yeah, and the rabbit hole goes way deeper. Just inside science fiction, you've got all these incredible subgenres. Dystopian fiction acts as a huge warning sign, asking, what if society goes horribly wrong? Cyberpunk gives you that gritty, high-tech, low-life world. Post-apocalyptic is all about pure survival. And alternate history plays that amazing what-if game with our own past. Okay, so we've explored the world of sentences and paragraphs. Let's switch gears and talk about the pillar that loves to break all those rules for emotional effect. Let's talk poetry. There's this common idea that all poetry is super rigid and stuffy, but that could not be further from the truth. This is the #1 question everyone asks, and the answer is a huge, resounding no. Rhyme is a fantastic tool for sure, but it's not a requirement. And understanding that is really the key to unlocking and appreciating the vast, expressive world of poetry. This comparison shows you the 2 extremes perfectly. On one side, you have traditional forms, like the sonnet, with very specific rules. Think of it like a formal dance where every step is planned. But on the other side, you've got free verse, which is all about capturing the rhythm of how people actually talk. It has no rules. It's the difference between a waltz and pure improvisation. And this is just scratching the surface of poetry's insane variety. A sonnet is like a tight 14-line argument, usually about love. An elegy is a beautiful, solemn poem about loss. A ballad tells a whole story in verse, like a song on a page. And a haiku, it's like a tiny photograph made out of words, capturing one single perfect moment. And now for our third and final pillar, drama. This form is totally unique because, unlike prose and poetry, which are kind of complete on the page, drama isn't really finished until it's brought to life. So here's the absolute most important thing you need to get about drama. A play on a page is just a blueprint. Drama is literature that is designed for action, for actors, and for an audience. It lives and breathes through performance. And that blueprint is organized into a few key parts. You've got the big sections, called acts, which are like chapters in a book. Those are broken down into smaller scenes. The story is moved forward almost entirely by dialogue, with the stage directions providing all the unspoken stuff, the movement, the tone, and the emotion. Classically, drama gets divided into these two major forms. Tragedies explore humanity's biggest sorrows and flaws, and they usually end with a character's downfall. Comedies, on the other hand, are built for laughter. They often make fun of our absurdities and almost always wrap things up with a happy ending. So, from just 3 simple pillars, we get this infinite, ever-evolving universe of stories. And it is not done growing. Genres are constantly blending, and new ones are being born all the time. Which makes you wonder, what's next on the literary horizon?